HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we've got Kelly from Cloudwater in Manchester. It is the double IPA version 12. I wasn't going to continue doing these IPAs because I mean, when do you get to the point where there's actually that much difference between the beer? But you know what? There is quite a difference in this. I did try this at the brewery earlier this week, so I thought I'll give it a whirl, get this review out there. So it is 9% ABV. I'll give you all the deets as they always do. They've got a little bit of a rundown and I'll tell you what that is as well. So it's Mosaic hops take the lead in V12, backed up with Whirlpool by Nelson Sauvin, which introduces a double yeast pitch of 4th generation WLP 095 and experiment to flavour changes and a small addition of caramel malt to increase fruitiness. So the full rundown is yeast WLP 095, which is a kind of like it's a derivative of I think like a Cal yeast or something. What was it? But no, they said it's kind of like Britishy, and it does have issues with diacetyl, but I didn't pick it up in the previous beer that used this. Beer and hops, Pilgrim alpha acid, CO2 extract as always. The aroma hops are Mosaic, Nelson Sauvin, Chinook, and Citra. And the malts are Golden Promise, oats, dextrose, hydrate, and caramel malt. So, I found this quite a different one. The IPA they released was it the Eldorado and was it Eldorado Mosaic, something like that. And I didn't really like that one, but they use the same yeast. I'm wondering if I'll find in the can what I've got on draft. So beer in the glass, uber hazy, pale kind of apricot colour, pure white foam on tops, give it a swirl and a sniff, check out the aroma. Yeah, there's a real kind of like weird ratty note. There's kind of it's like coriander seed and celery. It's kind of, it's very savoury. Then you get that kind of Nelson coming on, which is it's slightly petrol-y in a way. Is that Nelson? Sometimes Nelson's too fresh. I don't know if it is. It can come off as kind of a petrol note, maybe like smoky bacon. I'm getting a little bit of that. Yeah, it's kind of mandarin orange. I mean, mandarin orange has got a really odd smell when you have it. I remember Magic Rock using it in Crusher. But yeah, stuff like coriander seed, maybe even fennel. Not quite as an aniseed as fennel, but there's something in there. On a whole, herbaceous, dank, and kind of savoury. Anyway, let's dive in. Cheers. Nice, creamy mouthfeel, very dank. You must be putting a ridiculous amount of mosaic in this. So yeah, no mosaic. But then Chinook, I'd say, sometimes has that kind of odd, kind of savoury, kind of celery kind of note. But it's nice. It is nice. It's nicer than I had it the other day, to be honest. Lots of grapefruit and lemon thyme. Once again, I'm going to say coriander seed. Very dank. There's a real dank note in it. Kind of mouldy peaches. Floral and very fragrant and slightly savoury, as I said. Yeah, it's kind of musty and a bit ratty. It's definitely not a juice ball, it's not fruit bowl, kind of like juice bomb. It's kind of dank and savoury. It's quite peculiar in that regard. Stupidly drinkable for its ABV. Nice amount of body. A little bit of pineapple at the back end just there. It's nice, it's nice. It's not one of my favourite interpretations of this lineage of beers. One thing I want to ask you guys, and I don't do this very often, but I'm going to ask this question because it came out of a conversation I had. Right, Cloudwater, this V12, V13, V14, V65, where does it end? When does it end? When does it end? Can it end? Because if you take breweries like Trillium, who are doing different beers, Congress Street, Public House, Vicinity, blah 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 blah. I mean, there's a real commonality between a lot of IPAs coming out of Trillium. I mean, and they're probably making as many decisions and changes between beers as somebody like Cloudwater do. So, would Cloudwater be as well off, like Magic Rock have released a lot of IPAs recently, different names every time. Would it make it easier to remember which ones you liked? Or do you like this kind of this constant progression? Because constant progression is great, it's this kind of, you kind of like know where you are, but eventually, do we then kind of lose our way? Because when we're on to version 47, does version 4 mean anything anymore? Is it just completely lost in besides a kind of like some kind of romanticised memory of that? I don't know. I think it's kind of, it's maybe a victim of its own kind of design in a lot of ways. But it's a talking point, so let me know, type underneath. I don't ask much of you a lot very often, so yes. So let me know what you think about that, because I'm really interested. It's something that's on my mind. So that's kind of Cloudwater's double IPA, version 12. A different one, which is nice, but does it need to be version 12? Can it just be a different IPA? That's why I ask. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.